Welcome to Old Horse Racing All the Time. I'm Alan, your host, bringing you horse racing today. And today we're going to be talking about horse racing moment of the year. Yeah, it's that time of year again, where they decide on the defining moment for horse racing moment of the year. And they've come down now, the NTRA has come down to the 10 finalists for the award. And this award, this is one for the fans. The fans, you can vote for it. From these 10 finalists for Moment of the Year, and you can do that at the NTRA website or on X. So what I'm going to be doing here is taking a look at these 10 Moments of the Year nominees and deciding whether what the accomplishment was and whether I think it's worthy, deserving of horse racing moment of the year. Because think about that just for a second here. A horse racing moment of the year. So when you think back, think about when you think of 2024 horse racing, is this moment something that jumps to mind for you as the top horse racing moment of the year? Okay, sometimes this goes to the award goes to a moment that took place off the track. Often, most times, it takes place on the track, like American Pharoah winning the Triple Crown. But it doesn't have to be on the track. It can be a moment that comes to mind. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at these 10, let you know whether I think it's deserving of horse racing moment of the year, or whether I would vote for it, and finally, what my horse racing moment of the year is and the moment I will be voting on. So let's take a look at these contenders. This is going to be fun, and I'll give you my take on this, and you decide. Who do you think is horse racing moment of the year? Leave it in your comments down below, and why. Okay, now one of the nominees. Okay, here, Frankie Dettori. He wins 6 straight winners on Santa Anita Derby Day, including 2 stakes races. The 54-year-old Italian rider had mounts in 11 of the 12 races that day, with his winners paying as much as $21.60. Frankie Dettori, the great Frankie Dettori, one time probably the best jockey in the world. And is he deserving? Is that your horse racing moment of the year? Frankie winning 6 straight races at Santa Anita? No doubt that's a terrific accomplishment and a great moment. Especially for Frankie. Is it deserving? I don't believe it is deserving, and why? Well, I probably a lot of people aren't even aware of this. When they think of 2024, are they going to think of Frankie winning 6 straight on one day of racing? I'm not. It's terrific, great story, but well, let's move past this one. Frankie Dettori, and you can see Frankie over there. Here he is over here. My left with his on that great day, especially for Frankie. Great moment that day. Not enough attention, not notoriety. Pass. Okay, how about another one now? Torpedo Anna winning the Kentucky Oaks by 4 3/4 lengths, wire to wire on a sloppy Churchill down main track for Kenneth McPeak and rider Brian Hernandez Jr. The Oaks gets overshadowed by the Kentucky Derby. More people are going to remember the Kentucky Derby than being reminded for the year. Remember, for the year, horse racing. Is this your horse racing moment of the year? Torpedo Anna winning the Kentucky Oaks? No way. Great moment, not deserving. Certainly not for moment of the year. Okay, the next moment. Mystic Dan winning the Kentucky Derby, again for McPeak. Mystic Dan and Hernandez made it to a rail trip, win the 150 Derby, trained by Michael McPeak. Mystic Dan's win gives trainer McPeak and trainer and rider their first Kentucky Derby victories in winning the Derby. And McPeak became the third trainer to win both the Derby and Oaks in the same year. Now, this is a tough one. I'll definitely put this above the other two, but okay, McPeak winning the Derby, the Oaks, and the Derby, and you get Torpedo Anna as part of the mix. It's a great trainer accomplishment. I like that the Derby is involved here. A lot of people remember the Derby. I don't know if everyone in racing, the voters, are aware of it being McPeak. I get probably most of them are, at least the horse racing, people that follow horse racing. Definitely in the mix. Definitely in the mix. The Kentucky Oaks and Kentucky Derby, both by McPeak. Okay, well, let's keep that one on the back burner for a minute. Seize the Gray wins, gives 88-year-old trainer D. Wayne Lucas a front-running win in the Preakness Stakes. With 2,570 owners celebrating their first. Okay, so yeah, they had the contingency over there. And that's a lot of, okay, so it'll probably get a lot of votes from those people and their friends. How many? I don't know. Is it deserving? I'll keep it in mind, but I definitely don't put it on the level of McPeak and in both the Oaks and the Derby, the last one. Seize the Gray. It's a nice story. Is that what you're going to think about when you think about horse racing this year of 2024? No. Move on. Now, all of these are excellent stories, but is it the story that jumps out to you, to the forefront for you? Dornoch winning the Belmont. Dornoch won the 156 Belmont Stakes at Saratoga. The first time the final crown jewel of the Triple Crown was run at the Spa. I think that's kind of interesting. Not so much Dornoch. Trainer Danny Gargan won his first Belmont for a large ownership. Another one of these, group that included former Major League Baseball All-Star and World Series champion Jason Worth. I have a hard time even remembering Jason Worth. I don't even think he should be brought into this mix, but maybe they're trying to boost it a little bit. I think the Saratoga angle is strong. I don't see it as a moment of the year, though, especially past McPeak, the Oaks, and the Derby. No, so I'm looking for something that's going to top the, the Mystic Dan, the Torpedo Anna, McPeak angle in the Derby and Oaks. So this one, no, I'm not going to vote for that. But I do like it for a historical standpoint of the Belmont Stakes being run at Saratoga. So that's very good. I like that. Emma Jane Wilson, a top next contender. Emma Jane Wilson, a top Canadian jockey, broke the all-time female jockey lifetime purse earnings record by Hall of Famer Julie Crone. Okay, that's very big. With her win aboard Perfect Lady B. Okay, Crone, great story, breaks a record. Am I going to think about that? Am I going to be thinking about Emma Jane Wilson doing this for my horse racing moment of the year? Hell no. Pass. Move on to the next one. Congratulations to Emma Jane Wilson and all the connections. Fierceness. Champion Fierceness and Hall of Fame rider John Velazquez hold off Torpedo Anna in a thrilling Travers finish. The 2023 Eclipse Award-winning 2-year-old Fierceness had won Saratoga's Jim Dandy Stakes in his prior start for owner Mike Rapolian, trainer Todd Pletcher. Okay, the Travers, champion Fierceness, holding off, defeating Torpedo Anna, and Sierra Leone finished third in that race. Is that worthy? Is that worthy? That's very close to, I think it's very worthy. I think it's very worthy, and that Fierceness defeated who's going to be horse of the year, Torpedo Anna, with her all of her accolades for the 2024 season. And I'm a big Fierceness fan, so I am Am I jaded somewhat? A little. For me, this jumps out at me as one of the ones of the year. Does it top McPeak? Okay, but being unbiased now, does this top Mystic Dan and Torpedo winning the moment of the year for horse racing moment of the year? Does that top McPeak? The Oaks Derby double? Who are the fans going to think? What are they going to think of? Are they going to think of the Travers, or are they going to think of the Derby and the Oaks and McPeak? So many people watch way more people watch the Kentucky Derby than the Preakness. And horse racing fans love Torpedo Anna, especially. Mystic Dan, not so much, but a great accomplishment winning the Derby. As much as I love this one, Fierceness winning the Travers, and it jumps out for me as one of two horse racing moments of the year. I still think this one falls a little. This one falls short of the Derby, Oaks and Derby combination with McPeak, Mystic Dan, and Torpedo Anna. So what's the next one? Torpedo Anna dominates the Breeders' Cup Distaff field at Del Mar and puts a cap on her 2024 campaign, which featured 6 wins and 7 starts, and just the one loss was to Fierceness in the Travers, and gives McPeak yet another, as the Distaff win was his first in a Breeders' Cup race. Great moment. Torpedo Anna. Was it a mistake by Torpedo Anna not competing in the Breeders' Cup Classic? I wonder if McPeak has a tinge at least of remorse, because that would have really been, then that would have been a slam dunk to win this horse racing moment of the year for 2024. Not enough people watch the Distaff, maybe a lot of the Torpedo Anna fans, and it put a wrap on a great season for her. Is it up there with the other one, the McPeak, the Oaks, and the Derby double? No. And I don't even think it's up there for the one where Torpedo in defeat to Fierceness in the Travers. I'd put that one ahead of this as more memorable, because the Breeders' Cup Classic is the main race for the Breeders' Cup. Let's face it. You got all the best horses of the year running in that race, the males, and all the big names are there, including the older males. That is the race everyone really has their eye on when they watch Breeders' Cup. So the turf, they're all big races, but that's the main event. Let's face it. So this, no. Sierra Leone Breeders' Cup Classic. Now, is that one? Now, this Sierra Leone has never missed the board in his career and has really saved his best for last. A -4 thoroughbred figure for that race, Breeders' Cup Classic. And he, the son of Gunrunner, wound up defeating, came on at the end and defeated, after a very quick pace, the Travers winner who defeated him there, Fierceness. Sierra Leone takes the crown jewel, $7 million race, Breeders' Cup Classic, the biggest win of the year, in a top horse race of the year. Now, that's certainly worthy. And I put it right up there. I'm down to 2 now. Sierra Leone winning the Breeders' Cup and in the double Oaks and Derby double by McPeak. Now, do a lot of people think about McPeak when they think of horse racing? They think of 2024. Are they going to think of the Breeders' Cup Classic victory in Sierra Leone? Or are they going to think about the McPeak winning the Oaks Derby double? More people will think about the Oaks Derby double. because of the Kentucky Derby factor. So gets some bonus points, McPeak, because he was involved in a pair that included the Kentucky Derby. This is what it's so far for me. It's between this one, the Sierra Leone winning the Breeders' Cup, and the Classic against Fierceness, and also the other one. So, and now we got the last selection here. Jockey Flavien Prat breaks a record held since 2023. Jerry Bailey of most graded stakes wins for a season with 56, and Bailey's record had been 53. When he won the Mathis Stakes at Santa Anita aboard King of Gosford, Pratt surpassed the previous record of 55. Okay, 55, set by Hall of Famer Bailey in 2003. That is a tremendous record. And remember, Flavien Prat hadn't even been riding. He'd been dominating out on the West Coast and only decided to ride most of his races on the East Coast after the 2022 season. So this guy's really stepped up, and to set that record is tremendous. It's certainly more noteworthy than Frankie Dettori winning these 6 straight races over at Santa Anita. This is more of a personal record. When people think back to this award, are they going to think of their moment of the year for horse racing? Flavien Prat winning the 56 stakes race, graded stakes races. No, it's tremendous. Just like all of these carry moments. But what do I think might finish in the top 3? What do I think wins? Who I think deserves to win? I'll tell you who I think deserves to win is the Sierra Leone winning the Breeders' Cup Classic. He finally came through. Great physical specimen out of Gunrunner, and it was a race everyone had their eye on because we had so many good horses in that race, and you also had the Fierceness, who probably would be not horse of the year, but top 3-year-old if he won the race. And then Sierra Leone, is he going to get it, really win the big one? He always seems to be coming up. He wins grade 1s too, but most of the time he's like I got beaten the Derby by a nose, Kentucky Derby. But, otherwise he might be horse of the year this year. If he had that extra nose, gets the Derby and the Classic, the Breeders' Cup Classic. I think that's the most deserving anyway. It's the biggest race here in America of the year, and the whole factor taking on the other horses, the Japanese horse, a bunch of them. So, and that was a hell of an accomplishment, and everybody was watching with eagle eyes. What's going to happen here? Who is going to win this? Is Fierceness going to go? Who caught such a wicked pace? Otherwise, I believe he wins that race, and he just melted. Johnny V sent him with his horses delivering crazy opening fractions. And he still almost won, but Sierra Leone got it done by about a length and a half. And I think that is the defining moment, what I'll think of most for 2024 horse racing moment of the year. That's what I think of most. Who do I think wins? That might win. But I think more will go to Mystic Dan and Torpedo Anna and McPeak because it's such a personal thing, and the Torpedo that she's part of the equation. That is, since she can't really be singled out on an individual basis, the distaff doesn't carry enough weight. I think they're going to go with that McPeak winning the Oaks and double with Mystic Dan and Torpedo Anna. So I believe that's going to be the top choice. The second choice, what's going to be the second choice? Who I think should be the second choice? I vote for moment of the year. The Travers. Probably the Travers was such a big race. Fierceness winning the Travers. It's close. It's close. Who do I think it goes to? Okay. So second is going to be the Breeders' Cup Classic. Second is going to be the Breeders' Cup Classic. It might be second. It's second or third. The other one that might take some is the beloved D. Wayne Lucas winning the Preakness at 88 years old with Seize the Gray. That's one of those stories for the fans, and I think that's going to get a lot of votes, even though I don't think it's really deserving of being one of the top stories. I mean, one of the top stories, I don't believe it's deserving of the top three. So there you have it. Story of the year, moment of the year, the Derby and the Oaks McPeak, the Mystic Dan, Torpedo Anna. And second, Breeders' Cup Classic, Sierra Leone, winning the Breeders' Cup Classic, my first choice. And third, well, yeah, I believe my prediction is it's going to go to D. Wayne Lucas winning that Preakness at 88 years old. Who do you think? Let us know down below. If you like this video, hit the like button. Feedback is always appreciated. Let your horse racing friends know about this channel where we present horse racing topic of discussion or news and notes. This is a daily show, Horse Racing Today. So have a terrific day, everybody. Thanks for watching. And remember, may the horse always be with you.